Yo, what is up, guys? Today we have a Subaru WRX. So we are going to be doing carbon. We're going to be doing 5 in the back, 20 on the front doors, and we have the super fun quarter windows, which aren't super fun, but that's part of it. So the rest of it kind of makes up for that. Fairly easy roll downs, fairly easy back window. Third brake light pops out or to the side. Kind of a bit of both. You can still sneak stuff behind it, but no big deal there. And majority of the time is going to be spent on those fun little quarter windows, which I think I had one sitting there. And then I threw it out because I'm so smart. I forgot what we did last time for them. Anyways, so we're going to get started here pretty quick. We're going to be running till probably about 4? Probably about 4 o'clock. It's 2. A little bit of a late start today, but had a baby appointment, so it's all straightforward except for the quarter windows. Exactly. The temperature is up, so it's hotter today. Air conditioning kind of seeps back here, but when it's excessively humid, it's still a little rough. So we're doing good though. So let me grab this stuff. Might as well set this up in the meantime. We'll change some blades. What's going on? Let's see, so it's good to have a new 60. And then on the way back from the tint off. How was it? Looked like people had a pretty good time. I am currently planning my vacation. We're going to be going, I think, in August. What do you think about Lexan? I don't think it's great. I think it's fine for a cheap film. It'll get the job done, but it suffers from a few issues with cheaper carbon films. So it's a good way to save some money and get some cars tinted. I don't think it's the way to go. What's up, dudes? All right, so we're pretty much good to go here. So we're just going to jump into it. We need water. We need lots of water today. You've been tinting boats for 30 years, so this should be a breeze. Except those quarter windows. It's going to be so fun. Guess who tinted a Ram? Guess who fried a BCM? I even had a soak shield and towels like you suggested. Did you put one under the dash toward, so where the water leaks in is kind of on those speaker grills, I think? Or it might even go down the sides. But what I'll always do is put a rag on the BCM wires themselves leading into the BCM. So you can see it and kind of get your hand up in there. And that being said, you still got to be careful. That sucks, man. RIP Ram. It's an expensive one. Sometimes they'll dry out and they'll be okay, but it is like if the whole thing has to get replaced, it's like a $1,200 thing. I think it might be more expensive. Have you seen Daniel in chat lately? I thought he was here last time, was he not? He's been pretty consistent. I know he's got some stuff going on. Yeah, I did. Still got around it somehow? That's weird. I've never had it happen since I've done that. So, I mean, it's got to be getting there somehow, so I don't know. First time well messed up tinting in a while. It was a good one. Oh, I hear ya. Yeah, I've made some pretty harsh mistakes myself. One of the first, see, I've broke 2 windshields and a back glass. And it like, so annoying. It popped into my head too. So let's close this just a little bit. It popped into my head right before it happened too. So there was this, the way that was suggested to me to remove Ford windows, Ford mirrors, was on like the easier one of the 2 to remove. You just pull down on it. Well, that puts a lot of stress on the glass. And don't do that, because what happens is you'll get a cheaper aftermarket window, and then all of a sudden you'll pull a piece of glass straight out of the car. And that happened to me twice. That was no fun. Next was I think it was on a Mustang. And then I was in the parking lot, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to do it real quick before I pull it in. He's getting the full thing with like a windshield or something. Ripped it straight out. Guess who now has to pay for the job and make up something to the customer? So then you have to track down a glass shop. You have to set up an appointment for the customer, basically, or help them get one. They have to go do that, and then you have to be especially accommodating if they actually trust you to get their tint after that. Usually what happens is you comp the job and pay for the fucking windshield. Ooh, that sucks. But as a big part of it is that you take care of it. No fun. No fun at all. So I've definitely made my fair share of mistakes. Scratched up a BRZ window pretty badly. And just look at when those things came out. So I had been tinting for a while, and then that happened, so. But this one will be fine. This one will be fine. It's always an alarming thing to hear. Luckily, it's a good buddy. Ooh. That is good. No long-term rep damage there. But yeah. Some people were getting those things fixed for free when it was an early enough issue. It was like, you know, because when they put out like a new truck and they have new problems, like, some people will just bring it in and be like, yeah, I don't know what happened. And then the dealership is like, really? You don't know what happened? And they're like, yeah, I don't know what happened. They're like, I don't know, figure out what happened. And then they track it down to the BCM, and then they replace it. They're like, yeah, I had a faulty BCM. I don't know why. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. Alrighty, so let's keep prepping. So, fun, little quarter windows here. These, I was gonna say Subarus, but this is a Subaru. These Hondas, some Nissans, some Toyotas. I think, does Toyota do this? There's the Honda minivans, like the new Odysseys. The Nissan trucks do similar things with their quarter windows, except they made them like 10 times worse. Yeah, they're just not super fun to do. Between dirt buildup, exact cuts, and just trying to get the pattern in there all well and good, these little edges can sometimes give you a lot of fun. So this is a brand new one too. Luckily, we have the key right here. And I don't close all the doors all the way. So we're gonna put that there. Let's turn this on. Make sure all that stuff is off. Any volume, make sure that's off. Ooh, we got a radar detector. It's loud. We can stop the dinging for a minute. So let's check out these ones, because this is a brand new one. You just got this car. I'm a simple man. I see Matt live. I pressed like. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This one, this back edge is always a little tight, but it's got a little bit of a gap here where the rubber doesn't quite press too much, so it might not be too bad getting all that in. And you got kind of the same type of gasket seal at the bottom. Not exactly the same, but so this is the felt seal in the front, and then this will peel back quite a way. So sometimes you can shift it down in there, get it where you need to, pull it up. Ooh, tape. See? Muscle memory. We need to go through and we need to tape these. Do you absolutely need to tape these? No, definitely not. We need one more. We need one more click. There we go. Definitely not. These are some of the easier seals, but we're on a taping kick, so we're gonna do it. Might actually be able to do these in like one piece too. Something like that. See, these are, there's something about these types of seals, like these types of cars in particular, they're just easy as far as like this, the way that they make the side seals. Loose enough seals, nice opening at the bottom, easy to tuck, and top edges are pretty straightforward to cut too as well. I don't know, some glass like being laminated, these ones aren't, but sometimes having laminated windows and such, these ones are just nicely rounded, so sometimes it's just easier to run a blade across it. Take the panels off, it's just 2 screws. Why though? These are like some of the easiest ones to install without removing anything. So easy to remove, easy to install without. Easy all the way. Not taking the panels off is 0 screws. I might have heard that wrong too. It might have just been like, everything's easy about this car, so. There we go. Let me turn off these headlights too. Easy to turn off the headlights. Oh, this is so much better. I tightened up the GoPro because I didn't realize how loose the headset was getting. So it's a bit snug, but that's not exactly a bad thing when we're trying to do this. Just hang it. That's gonna, oh, no, sorry. I thought that was grabbing onto the pillar, it was so wide. Sticky, come on, come on. There we go. Yes. good. See, I like that I can, usually when I start, I can just start hand cutting and like getting into it. This extra prep. This prep kills me on the inside just a little bit. It's not that I don't want a good job. That's why we do this. But it's like I just want to get going. Any second we're not tinting, this time we're losing. I'm a trench man in the day and a tinter at night. I love watching your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we are taped. Judging by some of these panels, I don't know if the sticky is going to stick. I gotta remember what we're doing too on this. We're doing 20 on the fronts, 5 on the back. What's that tape? Tuck tape. So I saw this in the bottom loading window tinters group a little while back. Sheathing, it's called, so it's a type of sheathing tape. It's plastic, it's thin, it's very, very sticky. And I gotta say, I think it makes you look way more professional too. I like the white. It's nice because you can kind of see if you're tucked all the way into your edges or not. And it does wonders to stick on felt and all types of other things. Wow, we made that wide. I just thought I had it a little farther back. This is gonna be like, it's either like ½ an inch short or 3 inches too wide. But yeah, it's just a sticky plastic thin tape. It does wonders for seals. So something we've been playing around with a little bit. And I don't know, I'm not super fond of taping seals, but when we're here, I always try and figure out little extra things that I can do to try and make things that much more consistent and cleaner. And this, taking a few minutes before you start to tape them, I gotta give it to the guys that have been telling me to do it. It's good, but get a good tape. So I bought it off of Amazon, and I'm sure you can find it in a bunch of other places. It was like $14 per roll on Amazon. It's just a really, really long roll. So if you need it quick, there's that. And I gotta imagine they have sheathing tape in like your typical suspects like Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, and what do they use it for? I'm assuming like houses or something. Your windows don't shift when you do it 2 at a time? No, not when you lock them together. But you have to lock them together. So you'll see one of the first things that I do is that I layer them over each other and then I tack it. Also, I do this now. Just like a half tack. And then when wow, this is just kind of, that was too much tack. Sometimes when I got a bunch of soapy water and I go to pull my pattern down to where I want it on the bottom edge, it'll just keep sliding. So then I was just like, wait, why don't I just do a little half tack? And then it'll kind of grip it and I can manipulate it where I need to. It only took me like 13 years to figure that one out, so hey. Ooh, our radar detector is detecting radars. Just putting stickers on windows. That's what we do. But we are the best sticker applicators. We are proud sticker applicators. And then you go see somebody in a phone store apply a screen protector, and you're like, wow, I suck at my job. They're just like, done. Go ask a screen protector applicator how they do it so fast with no contamination out in the open. I'm down bad on AMC. Be careful with chasing. GME fell back down. I'm not down on it, but it fell back down. Man, what a roller coaster. It's not over yet. It's just, they had their shareholder meeting, and they kind of just did the shareholder meeting stuff, and the numbers are really good. So they're up 25% on sales already, and they're doing a lot of stuff for the company. And then, buy the rumors, sell the news. That's really popular. So earnings are always really volatile. As far as AMC goes, I don't think they reported earnings, but they're very tied to like GME, and they're like up, down, up, down, up, down. So GME is taking a dive right now. So there's a whole bunch of stuff with it. Cool. Oh, we gotta finish this little guy. I almost missed that. Look at this. Look at that disgusting little cliff right there. We're gonna take care of that. Went to GameStop to sell my stocks. They gave me 10 cents. Sounds about right. Best I can do is $5. We got a nice clean. Do you guys see the color comparison there? How much color is in the Subaru glass versus not? I've always thought these are extra green, extra greenish yellow. They're still light, but they got a lot of color in them. What blades do you use? I use NT, and I switch back and forth between the 60s and the 30s. So 60s are stainless steel, 30s are carbon. They just don't make stainless steel and 30-degree blades, so sad. Oh yeah, we need another roll. So that is gonna stay for those quarter windows. 20, 5, 15, 5. Ooh, it is full. Good. Nice, thanks. You're welcome. I want to get dyed film because it's a lot darker. The type of film doesn't have anything to do with the darkness. You might be able to find like a darker shade in a dyed film versus like a carbon or a ceramic. If that's what you mean. That's all good. But like I hear from some people, they're like, I'm thinking about getting ceramic, I hear that it looks darker. Or I'm thinking about getting carbon, I hear that it looks darker. The material choice doesn't impact the shade. Shade is shade, material is material. It's very different from vinyl. Everything's got a gloss finish to it because the glass. Just the tone of the film will change a little bit, but that's on the inside. Doesn't really impact the outside. What size roll do you use for sides? On sedans, I prefer 36. 36 covers so many things, including the back windows. So you can usually, basically 18, half of 36 on each side, or on each window, versus doing 20. It's not a big difference, but it is a little difference there. So you can carry the 36s, cover most doors and most back windows, and then 20s or 24s for front doors on trucks. There's a lot of trucks you can do with 20s, but if you want to cover everything, get a 24 or flip a 36 sideways. There's only a handful of things 36s won't cover. Surprisingly, the new Rogues, if you try and flip a 36-inch sideways, it will not cover the Rogue. Rogues are really long. And they're dumb. It's one of the most unassuming cars. I got it in. There was somebody that was super particular. It was just it was my first brand new car. And his name is Black Betty. I care a lot about it. And just ask a bunch of questions and no worries, I'll take care of it. It should be in and out in 30 minutes. And then an hour and a half later, I had it out. And I'm just good God. No, everything went fine with your car. Everything's good. It just took longer because tint issues. If I got all the side windows 5 and the windshield in 35, it is dark, but no, I don't think it's too. I don't like 5 on the front doors, but what I'll say is if you're gonna go dark on the side windows, 35 on the windshield is still plenty dark and basically as dark as I'll go on a windshield. So that'll be okay for all you crazy kids that want to just black everything out. At least you're being safer on the windshield. That's the only you can drive without really looking out your sides a whole lot. But your windshield is very important. I wouldn't go darker than that. My windshield is darker than that, and at night it's really dark. True. I like 35 on mine. So I like 35 on the front windshield. I wouldn't go any darker. I really like the look and the glare. So if you have nice bright white headlights, it's pretty much pushing that border there. So, we get snowy, slushy, crappy conditions here. There's plenty of areas where it gets, dark, rainy, foggy, scuzzy. And it's those times that makes it iffy. So I wouldn't push it below that. What do you think about Lumar? I hear good things about Lumar. I used to use them. Where did you get your peel board? From the back room. Like, no joke, it was here in the building. It's a storm window. There were about 5 storm windows back there. It's heavy. And I ripped the frames off of it. Ripped the frames off of it and just set some hooks on the wall, and it's just kind of resting on there. There's a bigger one back there that I couldn't get the framing off of. It's big and heavy. It's kind of like those windows right there, but I couldn't figure out, like, it's just too difficult to get the framing off. Anyways, but you can find a lot of glass off of, like, Craigslist or something. So you get like your Facebook Marketplace if you want to look locally, or just call a glass company and order order a big pane of glass and then put it on your wall. So that's the more expensive route to go. Big flat sheets of glass can be pricey. That's why, like, if you can find some used windows or something, you can save a little money, but it doesn't look as nice. Not unless you want to make it look like a house or something, I guess. What was this place? I don't know exactly, but they did a lot of welding here. As far as I know, it was a window company. There's like a whiteboard up front that kind of has like some penciled in stuff. It looks like it was some type of a window company. This place is wired up like crazy though. There's outlets going down this whole wall. There's outlets going down that wall. But there's also like 220 everywhere. So you got like a 220 box here. You got a 220 box there. You got 2 of them over there. Like this place is just wired to the nose. So I was really happy about that. And then the floors were done. Like, who's got floors that are already done when you move into a space? That's crazy. Before and after pictures? Yep, I do. Unfortunately, a lot of times they sit on my phone. But I do have them. I also use them for like the thumbnails in the video. So after this video is done and we actually have it tinted, then the final result will be the uploaded picture of it. I always feel like there's something else that I could do for the thumbnails in these videos, and I for the love, I can't figure out. I can't. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how to do thumbnails differently because it's just a car, and I would love it to be something better, but I'm working and whatever else. Are you gonna move slow and get the car done fast? I still could. I lose track of time. You gotta keep kind of like a workflow rhythm. Everything's got a purpose. So, GoPro. Thank you. So everything's kind of got a workflow to it. And you got to be pretty methodical about what you're doing. Like everything's always got a purpose. So the more that you spend like running around grabbing stuff, jumping back and forth, that all takes time. And you'll see like if I lose that rhythm, I'll lose half an hour super quick. So if I can kind of stay on pace and stay focused, I'll get stuff done pretty quickly. But it just comes with a lot of intent and time. Oh, look at that. It is an Eevee. I got a Yoshi the other day. We went to arcade. And then there's this damn crane machine. And it's like, you play it a few times and you're like, oh, son of a bitch, I know how these things work. And you just keep feeding it until it finally spits it out, and you're like, ah! There's this kid that came up and was like, can I play it? And I'm like, no! You're not going to steal my prize? Go away. Tint price? Depends on what you need. Like this one, we're doing full carbon, no windshield, $295. Even with the quarter windows. And I know what I'm getting into.
John
Super chat. I have
Durantini
a
super
87
chatted
GMC
$5.
Sierra.
Hey man,
or
I've got a
old.
tint job
I
on a
might have gotten that year a little
1987
wrong, but
GMC Sierra.
old
Would you
Sierra.
have
Any
any
tips for
tips
me
for doing
considering I'm
this,
new?
especially
Jesus
considering
Christ,
I'm
man. What have you
relatively
got
new to
yourself
tinting
into?
still?
The best suggestions I have is really just cut your sides a little tight, tape the seals like this, and that'll keep some of the dirt down. Does it have vent windows on the front? Because like when you're getting into stuff like that, man, you just have a lot of work in front of you. The older the vehicle is, the more dirt it's got, and the harder the windows are. So a lot of styling was very different. So they would do things like metal frames, make them jut out a little bit sharper. Like every old truck has like weird quirks about it. Some of the back glasses have literally no frit to tuck in the film. Yes, it's got vents. Ooh. Ooh. A restored 87? Ooh. I would charge, I'm not even sure what I would charge exactly, but I would charge significantly more than I'm currently charging. And I would ask for most of a day to make sure I did that right. Because it's just a different animal. It's not just a regular truck. Vents. I got no good advice other than like you're in for a lot of work and learning. The vents, they'll have these little like lock things that switch up and down. You can try cutting around them or figure out how to remove them. They'll have like these little pins and stuff, like the little pin that you can bump out sometimes, but like, yeah, I'm sorry, good luck. Thanks for the super. I wish I could be more help. When it comes to certain old vehicles, I'll price it. Or if I know it's anything crazy like that, I just like
LKB Python super chatted $5. Damn son,
I've got
it's
so
been a
much of
min.
this that I'm not looking to get into any of that other stuff because it's so few and far between. So most of the time, I'll pass that off to somebody else, and then they'll quote them like a couple $100 to do it, and then they don't know what they're getting into, kind of like you did. So. Super chat. Hang on one second. Let me get that. Can you say my name so I can flex on everybody? I unfortunately don't know your name because I don't hear usernames. But you can tell your buddies and flex on them all you want. Unknown name in chat. Thank you for the super chat. Let me get this locked in here, and we'll hop back over there. Luis. Okay, there you go. Luis, you got a shout out, man. That'll be worth money someday. Not. All right, so other thing that I like about this glass is it seems to wiggle quite a bit still. So we had some extra soap from the Pro Nano job that we did yesterday. $5. Oh, thank you. Reese's or Snickers?
LKB Python's super chatted
Snickers all
$5.
day.
Reese's or Snickers?
I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter and chocolate. I appreciate it, but I'll pick a Snickers over that. I bet that's T-Jet. Okay, let me just make sure this is locked in, or I'm gonna go jump to the other one. We can let it sit for a sec. Actually, let's go check out a super here really quick, because I just need time. Canon. Oh, LKB. Oh, I should have known. LKB, thank you for the 5. Same for LKB with another 5. Damn, son, it's been a minute. It has. Have you saved up some money for some super chats? Good to see you, man. I appreciate both of them. What kind of tape is that? It's called tuck tape. Yeah, like the 3 candy bars were like Snickers, Milky Way. Fuck. 3 Musketeers? I think Milky Way, 3 Musketeers was like always my least favorite out of those. Reese's is just like a boss with how they make variants of it. They have like 500 different versions of it. All right, where's Ooh, Butterfingers are good. Yep. Butterfingers are super good. 220. Oh, we're still falling like a rock. 26% down. Whew, what a bloodbath. Whatchamacallit? I don't remember what those are. I think I've had a few. Chevy Cruze? Watch this video. What is your favorite Doritos? Interesting that you brought that up. I actually have them sitting over there. Sponsored by Doritos. South. Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch were always my favorites.
Cheng Vang super chatted $5. What is your favorite Doritos?
I'm a big fan of sour candy, though. I don't think I can have as much anymore, though. But Sour Patch Kids was always, like, movie theaters. Ooh, Sour Patch Kids were great. I'd go with my family, like, when I was little. And then my mom would always say, like, we could get a drink or a snack. So I'd try and pick something that wouldn't make you thirsty. And Sour Patch Kids was always one of those candies that was really good where I didn't feel like I needed a drink along with it. Where anything chocolate, I always needed like a drink alongside it. Sour Patch, gummy worms. All crypto's a slight bloodbath. I'm still on team the whole market's gonna crash here. Give it some time. Repo, like, good God, the amount of stupid stuff I've had to read and learn about in the past couple months has been ridiculous. Reverse repo rates are up to 500 billion at all-time highs. And basically, banks use those as collateral. Here's an interesting fact. Money is not considered a good thing for a bank. Cash for a bank is considered a liability, not an asset. I had no fucking idea because banks have to pay interest and stuff on that cash. So banks get cash and banks make their money by loaning out cash. So lots of cash in the bank is a bad thing. It's a good thing for you. It's a bad thing for them. So they need to put them out into things that make them more money. So they've been leveraging people out like fucking crazy. So, yeah, financial lessons. Although I'm not a financial advisor, this is not a financial advice. Dang. BlackRock is buying houses? Ooh, really? That's interesting. Why are they doing that? Like, this is so interesting. What are they? Sorry, you guys want to learn about Tint. I want to learn about why BlackRock is buying houses. Are they doing it for equity? Because houses retain their value better than everything else collapsing? Like, because I found out that's why people with a lot of money buy lots of artwork, because it goes up in value over time and they can launder their money through it. They buy the art, they donate it to a museum, they write it off, and then eventually they sell it back for even more money than they bought it. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about Tint anymore. No, we get back to Tint. So I know... Tuck tape. I tried to order Tint from Tint Studio and it wouldn't let me order it. Unless you have a card that's been flagged, I have no idea why it wouldn't let you buy it. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. So many funny things You never lose in real estate. Yeah, that's got to be why they buy it, right? They've been investing in properties because of the enormous jump in value. It's got to be something like that. And there's just no, like, they have tons of money. So they're going to just be investing in things that are going to go up. So, I mean, like, when you can dump all your money in one stock or something, cool. But at the scale that they have to find things, which is kind of the problem for the banks. Banks have to find an enormous amount of things to, like, dump money into to get value over time. And things that are very illiquid or whatever, things that are harder or take longer to sell aren't as appealing to them. So like all the hedge funds were, because they can liquidate them very quickly and get their money back unless the deal goes south. All right, so this tape. Yeah, we're going to be probably talking about it quite a few times. Tuck tape. I no affiliation with them. Somebody suggested tuck tape. It sounds like duct tape, but it's tuck tape. It's thin, it's plastic, it works great. I'm not one to tape seals until recently, and I just, now that I have some extra time to focus on jobs, I'm getting back into things that aren't all about saving time, but making the job that much better, with the little caveat that it doesn't take me a ton more time to do that thing. So yeah, you can find it on Amazon. I'm sure it's around elsewhere, but that's where I got this. They have a white, they have a red, and they have other different versions of it. I just have the white and the red. It's called, the type of tape is called sheathing tape. So tuck tape is their brand. So, for side edges, it keeps things cleaner because you're just trapping all that dirt. Rather than sitting there and scrubbing it out, you just lock it in. It ain't going nowhere. And then when you peel it off, you like take it with you. Don't like to waste expensive film? Exactly. Why do a pattern 2 or 3 times when you can just do it once? Do you keep your clay bar in a cup with water? Usually, yeah, but I'll empty that water at the end of the day. I left it in just water for like a while, and then it turned to gum. So we had to get rid of that one. So here it's generally cooler. So I'm carrying this over from the winter. The clay bars that I have are on the harder side, and they're that way so it doesn't, like, glass can be hot, and they'll leave sticky spots on it when the clay bars are really soft. So you have to let things cool down. Well, I know how it is. We're tinning in whatever environments, hot shops and whatnot, so it's just one less thing to worry about. So when it comes around to like wintertime though, when the weather's a little cooler, I still like that clay bar to be softer, and so in the winter it would basically turn into a rock. So I had a thing of warm water. It keeps it nice, malleable, and then you can kind of like rinse off a little bit of the dirt as you're working on a car. At the end of the day, I'll empty it though. So pros and cons. Should probably get a softer version of it. Nice. So where do you store it? I don't have a great solution for it, but what I did find was a little food container, like a food thermos. And that'll keep the water hot. Just a small, compact twist-on one. I want to find one with a pop lid because the twist-on lid takes too long. It's just those little things like you're sitting there like, I just want to pop it open, take it out, put it back. It's all good to go. But yeah, it's metal. Doesn't seem to stick to that because the little plastic containers, they're great. But you actually got to put like a little piece of tint on the top and the bottom, and that'll help. Double cut. Any tips for top edges that don't match? There's no solution for that for double cutting. You just have to individually cut one side to the other. The majority of windows, one to the next, will be okay. One thing to look for though is like just big red flags like factory glass. Be a factory glass versus aftermarket. So if like one side of the car had been replaced, it's less likely to match the other side, where if they're both factory, then you're pretty consistent with them. There'll still be small deviations there, but it's generally really consistent. Chargers were like a big problem. Even off of a plotter was like, some of them were just way off because people getting that really cheap charger glass. Holy shit. Looked like somebody cut the top with a buzzsaw. Always watch for these little bubbles up here. I don't know why that happens. Oh, I kind of do, but like it's just always sometimes miss that, like little air pocket, little water pocket just in the top corner. It's just like always here, hard to get to. Okay, so what should we do? Are we gonna keep doing the roll downs, or should we do these quarters? I suppose we could just keep going around. While the car's on, just do the roll downs, then go around, do the quarters, and then we'll do this back. So these quarter windows, they're probably gonna take a little bit of time, probably longer than the roll downs. Nothing too crazy, but okay, so I genuinely don't know what happened to this roll, but it is like there. Now it's better. Okay, there we go. Holy shit. So it was like I was using this stuff yesterday, and then all of a sudden got like 3 times as thick. It was like a sheet of cardboard, and if it doesn't stick to the panel very well, it's just, what's the point? I think that's still short. Yeah. So, look at that. Even carpet shield can have a bad roll. Things that you would never even think of. Can we call and get like a new carpet shield roll? Like, yeah, I had to toss away like 10 feet of carpet shield because it was bad. Like, it goes on the floor. That was bad. All right. Why razor? Did you see the sticker? There was a sticker. Most of the time, no. But every once in a while, yes. Sticker. We need to put this back in the bath. I love these doors. They're just so straightforward. Oh, so you guys know that truck I did yesterday? Literally, after I finished the stream, I was getting it all, like, just touched up, cleaned up. Everything was great. And then I look at the driver's door. There's a hair. It was about that long, right in the bottom of the door. I had to redo it, unfortunately. Sad. I don't know how you even miss something like that. That's what gets me. Is like, I understand it happens, and sometimes you can fix it, like, when it happens. But to just have completely missed it is like, how? Everything looks amazing, and then all of a sudden you catch it, and then you're like, ah! But I'd much rather have caught it when I did than deliver it, and then you know, he's got to come back. It's like, no, I can take care of it then, now. Expensive job, want it to go as good as it can. So I told him. I don't know if I think he saw was watching. I know he was watching a good part of the stream. I don't know if he saw the end, but I messaged him and I was like, hey, give me like 20 more minutes. I gotta redo this door. I'm sorry. No problem though. Just, yeah. Static. Yeah, probably. It was just in a weird. It's in the bottom, so it's even hard to say, like. Yeah, I guess it's just static jumped up there. I don't know. I'll show you guys where, like right in the bottom, in the middle. So it would have been in the second half of the window. Nothing along the top. So he said he did vacuum a bunch of like dog hair out of it, but I mean, no excuses, man. The truck was in great shape. But yeah, it was like right here, and I'm like, ah! Hard to even try and save it, but at that point the window's already dry. Alright, let's figure out why we got the... Oh, no, we got a bubble on the passenger door, not on the driver's. We good? We sticking faster on this one? Ooh, we're already locked in. Is that blue squeegee flat or tapered? Yeah, this one's the block one. This one is just all... It's a rock. The good news about... So, I remember when I bought it, I was like, hey, I got 4 sides now. Make this squeegee last 4 times as long, right? Because it's like you use this edge, and then you just flip it to this edge, and then you flip it to that, and there you go. You just keep going. I thought I did my best windshield ever, and then I found a hair in it. Ah, that sucks. We had one yesterday. We were able to save it, but I know the feeling. Like, you get stoked, and you're looking around, and you're like, ah, this is great. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Hell yeah. You're, like, looking around it. Everything's good. You wipe it off. You kind of, like, walk away or something, and you come back to it. It's had some time to tack up, and then that's when you see it. Just this inexcusable thing in, like, one of the worst spots, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, it's the worst. Have you ever had the taper? Yeah, for sure. I like the tapered and the cropped ones. Tapered, cropped, together. That's generally the best. It forms the window a little bit better. It just had this one laying around. My other thought with this was kind of funny. I was like, maybe you could just, like, instead of having 2 squeegees, you do this, And then you could like flip it and like have one side for one thing and one side for like the other, and then I just always forget to do that. But in theory it works. So what do you think? Do you think we're gonna get a hair in this one? No hair, flawless, and then we'll come back to it, and then that's when we'll find one. Razor, what do we do with it? Did we drop it? I think we dropped it. Mm-hmm. I have trouble with edge and side windows. What? What? What do you mean? Can you explain? I don't understand what edge and side windows even is. Plastic. Oh, I have a problem with edges on side windows. Huh? They don't stick? Edges on side windows, the entire length of the tint doesn't stick and you can see air bubbles. What do you recommend? Edges on side windows. Like top edge or side edge? I'm assuming the top edge? Well, it's definitely not going to stick if there's trash in there, because all the trash is going to keep feeding air back in. The side edge. So, okay, I think I understand. It's really the dirt, that's why it's not sticking. So, when you have a bunch of dirt on the sides, it usually comes from installing, and it's not exactly, like your technique needs work. So we can talk about it a little bit. Sorry. No, not sorry. I was gonna say I didn't understand. No, it's all good. Okay, we figured it out. Anyways, so as we're getting this prep, here's what you see. A few things. First, we're cleaning all the top edge, the sides, the whole window, the whole shebang, right? So, kind of do like a rough scrape or a razor, whichever one you want to do. It's totally fine. Just depends on how dirty the glass is. Make sure your top edges are clean because a lot of stuff can sit on this top edge and then fall into your tint. So, we spray it, we squeegee it, and we've pushed everything over this way, but there was still stuff there. So, take your sprayer, take a corner tool, and just run that down. Take it, run it down. So you're kind of like flushing all that stuff down there. You're such a dad with your phrasing. We're slowly getting there, man. I also come from a very conservative family, so when you go to peel the top edge, I'll set it straight over the top edge. So it's kind of like in this void that you can peel the top edge and not pull any trash into it or something like that. It's something a little extra that you can do. You don't have to, but I like it now. It works well. Pick it up off the door. It's all clean. We haven't touched any sides. Now here is where you are gonna fuck up. You need to put this on the glass very clean. So roll up the longer edge onto the glass, keep it back, and then don't touch the film to any of this. Then you roll up your film a little bit, and the whole edge is flat. Like the whole edge is flat against the glass. And then you just push it into the seal. Now, I didn't give dirt a chance to feed back in. I wasn't sitting there bunching it all up, fighting with it or anything. Same thing with this side. So we push it into that seal a little bit, and then you pull back your film. Again, flat. Roll this up, and then push it into the sides. And then you can kind of just like, there you go. Boom, you're in. So where you really get dirt from is when you're pushing it into the sides and stuff. Some people are doing it really messy, and you're gonna hear the film like, and like, that's where you get all that dirt in the side, even if you cleaned it a bunch. So your sides aren't locking down because there's a bunch of dirt there. At least that's what I would assume based on what you've told me. It's usually the easiest thing that'll screw you up. So leave your tint down a little from the top edge. And when we put the film onto the glass, we didn't overlap the top edge. We stayed underneath, and then we pushed up to it. If you put the film over the top edge and drag it down, if you've cleaned it well, it's generally okay. But there's always the chance that some little speckles will find their way in there. I used to not clean my top edges at all. I used to like, I cleaned the glass. I didn't think about it. It was always like, you know, and then every once in a while I'd tint a window and there'd be lots of speckles up here, like just kind of like scattered. I'd be like, what the hell? Well, it was always coming from this edge. I just didn't realize how incredibly dirty they can actually be. And it makes sense. It's just like, it's pressing up into this top edge over time, many years. So then you can check it, and if before you roll up the window, you could take a towel and a heat gun and a light squeegee, and so you can do something like this too. Like, cause there'll be like little water waves and stuff up there too, sometimes. You can press it down, tack it up, take a heat gun, dry it out a little bit more, like just seal in that top edge a little bit better if you want, and roll it up. Good to go. It's not live. We're not live? Really? Can I go home? That'd be great. If we're not live, that means we can skip forward. This job's already done. Hell yeah. Chilling on the couch. What's up? You are very welcome. Hope that helps. Cool, like, and subscribe. This Blue Max is already starting to leave streaks behind. It's been in about 5 or 6 cars now. Side creases? Yeah, sure, they happen. And we fix them. They're gonna be very light, like I'll show you on here. This is like a really loose one. This is more better than my geometry. Yeah, because this will make you money. What's your geometry class gonna make you? Broke. They take your money. See, look at that. We use the back side of it. Mind blown. So when the seal is tighter on the sides, you have to fold the tint a little bit harder. I'm not trying to fold it. I'm trying to just like bend it, just a little bit. But that still doesn't mean that you aren't gonna get like a little fold there. So the thing is, you have the seal. The inside seal usually comes out to about here. The outside seal is here. So you usually have this gap area where you're never going to be able to see through. And then you just heat it up, press all the air out, and you're good. That's it. You're done. You're done, son. Now, on a normal car, there you go. That's a true dad joke right there. Geometry will make you a square. There you go. 10 out of 10. Comment of the day. Okay, so normally we'd be moving on to like the back window. We'd have pretty easy quarter windows to do. They have nice frit borders and stuff like that. This one kind of gives us 4 FU style windows. So we have hard gaskets that go all around. You got mirrors that are somewhat in the way. This is where I'll hand it to a plotter if they have good patterns. Speaking of that, somebody asked about TrueCut. TrueCut, I believe, is through Suntech, so you'd have to call them. What was that? Oh, the car turned off. Oh, good Subi. How much will it cost for 5% tint all around, expect for windshield? Well, it'll cost you extra with the expect for windshield. Starting is $240. So we need our 20% for the front doors. Use a Sharpie and a liner. Yeah, that works. What I don't like. Do I tell them? What? I don't know. Call them. Fuck, dude. I'm not Suntech. I don't know what they want from you. I do know a lot of companies want to sell you film along with the software, so they'll use it as a leverage tool. What Suntech is doing right now, I don't know. There's been a lot of fuckery with software, so. Okay, so we're gonna line up this bottom edge here. We want to lightly tack it. We're gonna rough cut this. Is Expel better than GeoShield? Fuck yeah. It just went. You have to get tired of the film questions. Maybe some. It's just part. I just accepted it a long time ago. This is part of it. I do think it's funny that people ask to the point of like, all right, there is a search engine out there, and it'll probably give you better answers than me on certain things. So, what company policies currently are like? It's best to get in It's best to get in touch with some of these companies and just start poking around. You gotta get your feet wet sometimes. So, I'm gonna mostly, God, I just pulled it down a little bit. I don't know if we need to do that. We're gonna cut the side edge. I'm thinking, do we wanna make this slightly bigger? Tint Studios, my search engine? Yeah, that's fair enough. Take advantage of it. I think some of it's funny. I think I'm gonna push this over just a hair. Forgot what we did last time. I think I slightly oversized the pattern and then I ran into problems and then I cut it mostly exact and then that was it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So we're oversizing it just a bit and then we're gonna cut this out. We're gonna cut this. Trickiest part for me is always these little top rounds. They're finicky. They're very, very finicky. So it's hard to kind of get your blade up there without creating like a little gap. And then you need this round to kind of like end slightly before. So then when you tuck it into place, everything kind of matches up and you're not oversizing the top corners and being a big pain. Oh God, everybody's asking me all types of questions now. I'm just gonna ignore you guys for a while. I'm burnt out. That's it. We're done. Most people are thinkers, not doers. I suffer from that same thing. There's things that I overthink to death before I get started. I think some of the best people, or some of the no, what do I say? A lot of the existing shops, they started because they didn't think. They just kept doing, right? They just like, they just opened up a tint shop. They just did it. But what about this? But what about that? And then like how you're dealing with this, what about that? And I don't fucking know, man. I just have a shop. That's how easy it can be. Is the glass board glass or plexi? Is that a serious question? It is glass. It is actual glass. Carbon blades will leave marks on it. It'll get scratched up over time. Okay, so the edge I hate the most is this one right here. So if we can try and free this one up a little bit, that'll definitely help. Also making it very, very clean. Just need to put it in this way. We're just gonna have to rename the channel Tint Wiki. Soak it down. I bought the plotter just for those quarter windows. Man, I got so much respect if that's actually the case. Because it's like, I don't have time for this. Just, I need to make these easier. Who fucking cares how much the machine is? I just need to save the time and get these out of my life. Man, that's the way like a lot of business expenses should be looked at. It's like, what makes your job easier and quicker and just like less frustration? So, much respect. I think we got it. First try. Corner looks good. I don't see any gaps here. Everything tucked up there pretty well. So, yeah, I think we nailed it. How's the weather? It's very humid. It's not not super cold. Last year was really funny. Last year went from like 60s to like 80s and 90s and then didn't back off. It was just a very clear, hot summer. This year it's been kind of up and down so far. I like if we get some like good old like 70s, anywhere in the 70s would be great. Hope you have an AC. I have a little bit. It's in the front area, and then the only thing in between there and here is some drywall, so it's right on the other side. So sometimes I'll leave those doors open, and a lot of it will spill over here, so it helps. Okay, so this guy, if I can squeegee that guy out, we'll be good. There, that's an easier way to tuck that in. Sometimes I'll sit here and I'll like press that edge like 100 times. And it'll just be like a blunt edge against the top here. It's just like, come on! And then just do that. Oh, that's easier. Cool. Little guy. Ooh! Ooh, we're good! Look at that. Hell yeah, we got one of them done. See, that took longer than the door. And we got 4 of those, so they add up really quickly. Since it's hotter, should I add more soap? Yeah, generally. Yep, your windows are gonna dry out faster. You need something to kind of keep it moving a little bit longer, or at least it, like, you know, whatever's working for you. If they're tacking up really fast, just add more. Add more soap. Also, you can try and cool down some of the windows too. You can do that a couple ways. You can use like a towel with like cold water, kind of rest it on top, or just spray them down a bunch of times while you're tinting. Hot glass is sticky glass. All right, let's get some rear quarters here. Yeah. Do you use filtered water? I use tap water, but it's, 1, it's city water, and 2, it's it runs through like it runs through a carbon filter. Not anything crazy, like one of the just small attachable ones. I've never really had much of a water problem since I've been tinning. All the water around here, generally speaking, has been like it's pretty respectable. Like, we don't have lots of little speckles or anything in it. It's not like, we're a little far off from Flint here, so. You don't hear great things about their water. That would have been an interesting video. Window tinting with Flint water. Okay, so what do we got to do here? So we got same type of bottom edge here, big old rubber gasket. So you just need to make this oversized. This one, you have a little bit more. This one has a little bit more forgiveness, I'd say. Sides aren't quite as tight. So I think what we're gonna do is probably this. What's the average size for a back window? 36 will cover most everything. And then we're going to drop this down, pull this over. That should make it oversized. We'll cut this top edge and the side, and we'll be good. As long as we're not too wide. Make it a little crazy here. Same thing on these, you got an annoying rounded corner. You just have to make sure you can tuck in. 36 on front windshield. Yep, it'll cover a good number of them. Okay, so that is about there. Custom cut. Spring. Okay, this one. This one is the least fun one. So something like there. Then we can always mock it up, check it out. And then this one's just straight, little round, straight. Good. Not bad. I'd say that's pretty close to that. Sweet. Sometimes I'm terrible at guessing those. Ooh, should we shrink this? A little bit? A little bit. Just a little bit. You're probably good without. I didn't do that front one. Yeah, this way. Because we pulled this off the back window. So literally, small snap. You'd probably be fine without it. But why risk it? Dang, I'm gonna do that all the time now. I've been so dumb. It took me literally 13 years to figure this out. Wow, so many things. Here I am, using like easy reaches and stuff to try and do this, when I could have just done this. This whole time. Just helps so I don't have to like try and pry it back. Do you know how to change windows? It's been a long time since I've had to. If you ask me to replace your door glass, I'm not the guy. Oh, fuck. We might be way too wide on this one. Oh, wait, no, it slid in. Okay, no, we're good. Shit. Yeah, see, look at that. And then we want to... Come on, come on. Don't be a dick like that. Just slide back a little bit. So little background. I used to do auto glass like for a little bit. I was learning it. So I've probably replaced about 25 windshields or so, and maybe like 10 or so door glasses. That was at my dad's shop. So I've done it and I'm familiar with it. I just way out of practice. Tesla Model 3 back window. I watched some videos and I had a go at it myself. I've only done a couple of them. And my biggest suggestion is a PVC pipe. I caught that one from Sean. I had that like idea when I did the first one, and I was talking to somebody, but I didn't know what would be a good thing. I thought like maybe a flexible tube, but that doesn't make sense because you'd crease the film. So he showed it in a really nice video that you take a PVC pipe and you cut it shorter than so you can get it farther down in the back window. And you start from the bottom and work your way back. And then you kind of just like unroll it and kind of let it go down your arms. It looks like it takes a little bit of practice, but first time we did it, we had it got pretty dicey there for a minute. Hey, yeah, this side went well. This one's easier. This one's easier than the, this back quarter window is easier than the driver's or than the front. Oh, yeah. Alligator did one on a Model 3. Go to Obsessed Garage's channel. I really did spend $6K to get a graph tech for the front quarter windows. That's fucking great. I love that. There's just, it's perfect. Like, some people bitch about a couple $100 on buying a back window. Like, I bought this for $160, and they're like, I'm not gonna spend the money on that. I'll just take apart the spoiler. And I'm like, really? The time, it's so much nicer to just have it. But that's amazing. It's just, I keep it around. Or I got a graph tech so I could do those quarter windows easily. Because it's like, it's just a smart business decision. And like, you can use it for other things, but it's really just like, my time is more important. My time and my sanity is more important than sitting here and screwing around with these damn little windows all day. I love it. What software, if you don't mind, that line up well with those windows? Gotta invest money to make money? Absolutely. There's always some shortcuts, but yup. Investing, it's like little things like the floor too. Well, the floor wasn't exactly a little thing, but there wasn't like, I didn't need the floor. I wanted the floor, and I feel better with the floor, so I got the floor. I just bought the back window. I just bought that same back window. It's so nice. And I do the same thing. I'll look into what it is for a Model 3 back window, and I don't need to get a Model 3 back window. I just kind of want one up on the wall too. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might get one. Where did you get the racks holding the roll of tint? That was a very budgety thing. So these are just like, basically like closet shelving. They're in the garage sections and the closet sections of most hardware stores. Just look for like, it's not really a brand, but dual track style rack shelving. So these things, these come out and you can put them back in. You can move them any which way. And there's rails that screw up there that you can kind of shift around. So it's just really flexible modular shelving. I just got my floor. Customers love it when they're rolling up. Man, that's so nice. That's great to hear. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's like, when you invest in your own business in things that don't necessarily make perfect sense, but just like to look better, like that makes more of a difference than you might realize. More than some people might realize. Like, yeah, it's like you can tint fine with whatever floor that you have, but doing the little things to save you time, doing the little things to make your business look better, it'll get you better work. It'll pay for itself, one way or another. Copy pattern from the passenger side. Yeah, I've done that. That's a good way to do it too. I think we did that on the last Subaru that I did. The only window that I'm not gonna want to freehand copy is this flat edge here. I like to keep it as straight as I can. But I suppose since you're tucking it, you'd be okay with it being like a little wonky if that blade wasn't, you know, dead set where it needed to be. What shades? All the shades. I would, like, if you're looking to just kind of get set up. Do whatever the most popular ones would be in your area. So 25, 35, and then the least amount that I install is like 50 and 70, but I have all of them, along with 15. I have in the carbon. I should have gone this way, because then I can get this edge in here a little bit better. Come on. Factory edge of my wall glass to make factory edge. Yeah, that'll work. This one's a little bit, it's a storm window. It's a little bit funny. It does work, but I'm speechless. Oh, we ain't done yet. Yeah, I don't like light gaps on these though. You're looking right at it, so that's one reason these are so difficult, is because we gotta try and tuck it into this hard edge here. So I think these might be slightly long on that leading edge, so that might have screwed us. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that tucked in quite right. Looks like we're bumping up here. I don't know. Maybe I can stretch it out. Yep. Exactly. This is where I crease it. Yep. We'll see. We might have got it. Let's see. It did kind of slide up there, but it's really weak right at that edge. I think it's good. Well, if you think it's good, then it probably is. I'm just gonna have you guys. I'm gonna have you guys talk to the customer. Yeah, I mean, my chat said it's fine, so it probably is. See, that's what we do. No IW. I got you. No IWFA rules, right? Like, what is it? 5 feet back at an angle, and if you can still see it, then you have a problem. Instead, we'll do chat rules, and it's like, well, we just put it on stream, and then if the chat deems that it's okay, then it's probably okay. So that would be really funny to me. Shit, we're good. Yeah, it all laid down. How about that? We got it in. Yes. Good deal. I thought we were going to have to redo that one for sure. I don't have a bunch of dirt up there either. For as many times as it kind of pressed against there, that's what's going to create dirt. That's why I flushed these out so much too. So it helps that this thing is not old. It didn't have a chance to build up a lot of crap over a bunch of years. Cool. Dang. I don't think window tinting is very eco-friendly. Lots of plastic. Yeah, boy. Let's do this one. See how much time. I'd be interested to go back and see how much time we've spent on just these. Because it's just one of those things. I bet you we spent more times on these than we did on all the roll downs right now. Or very similar. Is it 4 yet? Did market close? DME hit rock bottom yet? Which is still somehow higher than last week, but doom and gloom. You still haven't sold the Honda? No, I haven't even tried. It's one of the most irritating things to try and do. Try and waste time on people that love to waste your time. It's just a business expense keeping it there. It's just terrible. You gotta like show it to people, and then you gotta like talk to you about it for like 20 minutes, and then ask you 500 questions, and then they're like, yeah, I'm gonna look at about 15 other cars today, so I'll give you a call back. And it's like people like that over and over. Oh, it's just horrible. I hate selling things. I sold a camera, and like, I swear, the easiest, like, I've sold a handful of things off a marketplace, and the easiest thing is when somebody is like, yeah, I'll give you this cash for it today. And I'm like, sold, done, I don't care, come get it. I don't care if they give me a lower offer or whatever. If you're gonna make it that easy for me, sure. But you'd be surprised, even that is difficult. Use the what? Use the Toro app? What is that? Is that the rental app? I thought I heard about that. Can you sell cars there too then? Rent your car for the weekends? Can you sell it? It's not even worth the time to rent it. Just get it out of my life. Sell to CarMax? Ah. I could call them and see. If I gotta drive it over there, I'm gonna lose my mind. You know, I've had, like, people would say, yeah, you know, old electronics, just sell them on eBay. Fuck that, man. I've been through that. That is just such a big amount of garbage. I don't know how many spam bots I had offer me, like, a buy it now price, and they're like, hey, I don't have a PayPal, or I can't pay you on eBay, but I can pay you through PayPal. And it's like, PayPal is eBay, bro. Caravana, they come pick it up. There we go. Now we're talking. There we go. You're speaking my language now. Just make my. I don't have time. I don't have time to. You wanna come look at the car? No, fuck that. I tried that for a little while. I showed probably about 10 different people. Even people that are like, hey, I'm coming to bring you cash now. And they still like walked around it. I just wanted like 3 for it. Shit, I would have settled for like $2,500. I don't care. I just want some money for it and get it out of my life. It's got like 80,000 miles on it. The wheel bearing was making a squeak noise, and everything was working on it. And then you look at all the other trash that was going for $3,000, and I'm like, this should be a cakewalk to sell. Nope. People suck. You're gonna lose money selling it to a dealer? Yeah. But you know what? they'll make it convenient. So if that's what happens, that's what happens. There's too many people that have too much time to spend wasting your own time. That's what really frustrated me with like mobile tinting. Getting back into tint. And it wasn't all the time. It just happened once in a while. You know, like I'm taking deposits now, and I have been for a while, and it's been great. There's a lot of shops still that, I mean, I'd say most places around here just, they don't take deposits. They either have a client base that's built up, or they just deal with it. It's whatever. So you set aside the time for them to come in, and then you drive out there to do the job, and then you just can't get a hold of the person. They're just gone. Let's make sure this is centered. We're looking pretty good here. Oh, lots of bubbles there. A little bit there. Yeah. It's spicy. So, I don't know. Yeah, they probably wouldn't offer me much money for it, and if it came to that, I'd probably still be able to sell it first party for like next to nothing. When I get a customer like that, I don't let them reschedule. Yeah, more often than not. Like, I'm still surprised at the amount of shops that will reschedule a person like that. No call, no show. And then they just like, okay, you're not getting it done. And then they call you back like days later or sometimes hours later or whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, man, sorry. Yeah, it just doesn't work. So deposits helped a ton with that. As somebody that didn't ever use deposits, dude, people that were coming to me, they're calling everybody. They're calling around. They're looking for the cheapest, quickest place to get into, and that's not the client base that I'm trying to cater to. It's not the client base that I'm trying to earn. So figuring out how to get out of that is really good, and it was great. As soon as I started doing deposits, oh my God. I got so many, okay, not a ton, but I got more hang-ups so much earlier on. Oh, it's great. I would smile every time. Be like, yeah, okay, I can do it. It'll be this much. They'd be like, okay, cool. And, they'd be like, and then I'd say, like, I take deposits, and then they click. And I'm like, sweet. You just aren't wasting my time. Thank you. Let's just cut to the chase. Not gonna leave a deposit? All right, cool. Have a good day. How much? It's not even much. It's $40, and I'm gonna raise it. We're gonna change the deposit soon enough. I only set it to that because it seemed pretty simple, but at this point, I'm probably just gonna say half down. Because if you're gonna get the job, you're gonna get the job. Stuff happens a little bit in between, but like, the main thing that it does is it stops them shopping around, and they make a commitment there. Okay, I'm gonna bring it to you. I'm gonna schedule for this date. We're all good. And something might happen where they have to reschedule, and that's fine. I don't care. Trade in the Explorer. Oh, actually, I already did. That it's gone. It's gone. I take 50%. Sounds like a good number to me. So this is like, it has to do with sales, but I've noticed deposits have this really interesting effect too. It's like, it's less painful. Whenever you can pay for stuff in like, in chunks rather than all at once, it makes it less painful to like get the job done. So it almost feels like you get a deal when you come in. Because like when you spend that money, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So X amount today, X amount tomorrow, good deal. You know, sometimes I forget that we're even using the carbon. We've done so many jobs with it lately. Material deposit on certain jobs. Yep. I would absolutely do it for that. That's what I did on the Tesla. I have to special order a roll. We need an X amount in advance. Because then you know, if it relies on special material and the person backs out of the job, well then you're just left holding material trying to return it or something. Or just crossing your fingers that somebody else is going to come pick it up. Architectural is its own can of worms. But architectural does really well. Just not a field I've ever really taken seriously. What do you do if they no-show but still want to book later? It's a good question. I really haven't had to deal with that yet, which is cool. If they're serious about like rescheduling, they're usually letting me know in advance. We had this one literally happen on stream. My 10 o'clock, I've had like, I can count it on one hand. Since I've been taking deposits, I've had 2 people basically ghost me. One was really early on. I don't even know. I called him. He was 10 minutes away. I called him, and he just never showed up and never picked up the phone again. And he just like, I don't know if he rolled up here and it was like, fuck this, I'm gone. Or if he went to a different shop or whatever the heck, I don't know. It was just gone. There's another guy. Left a deposit. We scheduled it. As far as I know, everything was cool. And then he didn't show up. Tried getting a hold of him. And at that point, it's like, probably just kind of, I'd reschedule. I'd either have to hear a really good story or I'd have to reschedule with another deposit. Because at that point, the deposit does 2 main things. The main thing is communication. That's what I care about the most. Is like, if you're talking to me on some level, like, if you're not going to show up, just let me know. We can work something out. Stuff happens. It's okay. If you leave a deposit and then you just no call, no show, and you're just ghosted for like the day or whatever, then it's like, okay, you just completely burned away a spot, and I have other people that would have loved that spot, but I didn't give it to them because you took it. So in that case, I would probably just keep the deposit and not shift it to like another spot. But if you're gonna call me in advance, I can absolutely shift it. Oh, I think this is getting dim. I can't see with this one as much. This is the Craftsman one. I found my other one. Hopefully I still found it. I think it was in my box. It was just buried. Let me try this one. This one I left on for a little while longer. Maybe it's just me. Oh no, I can see this a little better. Yep, there it is. All right, we got this back window left. All the sides are done. Probably about 10-15 minutes to go. Should be all good. Hopefully we put the clay bar back in the back. This headset so much better today. I tightened up the head straps. I don't feel like I'm having to adjust it at all. It just kind of is there. It's good. I like it. What's up, Evie? I'm gonna set you up here along with Mr. Bird. Put you guys safe out of the way. Oh, these are so short. I don't even think you have to put the seats down. And then, what is this? Oh, sweet. I like power inverters. Those are handy. Let's get a towel here. This is my inventory that I have to go through. It's like full of partials, end of rolls, and some like slightly filled ones. Just, I keep stacking it up because I don't have to. It's one of those things. Just gotta go through it. Gotta put aside some time and do my inventory. I gotta order some more. I actually gotta get some more ceramic and carbon here pretty quick. We did the full ceramic yesterday, and we've done a handful of ceramics. And we have another ceramic job on a truck coming in not too long from now. Does this have like, where's the little clip here? It's no, you gotta be there. Or is it one of those little like pull back ones? I should take a light. Sometimes these get so frustrating. They have like, they'll sometimes have a little push button, which I don't think this has. I think it's a little clip. You just gotta free it up. It's fine. I'll look at it later. We got it out of the way pretty easily enough. Last bit would be unplugging it, but as long as it's out of my way, that's the important part. Ooh. Not too bad. Oh, we did. Look at that. We put our clay bar in some water. Look at that. We're like all professional and stuff now. So when I'm doing these streams, there's so many little things that I'll kind of like not think about while I'm tinting. Just kind of like run off of muscle memory, and then I get distracted. And that's when things really start slowing down. So I'm really actually trying to think ahead now. I'm getting better at it. It's so easy to just kind of like
Tropical
lose
Shade
track of
Tinting
what you're
super
doing
chatted
and
$4.
like run
Gotta
back
go,
and
but
forth 50
always enjoy
times
the stream.
just to do
Thanks.
one window because you kept forgetting things and misplaced and whatnot. So if I have a tool, I'm trying to like remember to put it back. Because when you give me 3,000 square feet of space, I could put that all the way at the other side of the shop and forget about it. You two, I feel bad. Oh. You know, guys, I am so sorry. 1 second. Canon. My chat software just decided to say F you. So I thought it got quiet, but chat was a little quiet for a minute here. But we should be good to go. Whoops. Let's see. It says it's connected. I don't believe you. Tell it F you back. I'm trying. Yeah, see, we missed from Tropical Shade. Holy shit, see? Thank you, Tropical Shade, for the 4. Gotta go, but always enjoy the streams. Thanks. Thank you for the 4, man. Much appreciated. Whoops, something went wrong when reloading the page. What? Okay. It's connected. We're like right at the end too. What a bummer.
What's up, Matt?
Whoa! Hi! Okay, we're good now. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we actually get to work. Yeah, I just looked and it was just logged out. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! Oh fuck! How do I? Neweb. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the 40. That is a gigantic one. Much appreciated. Just wanted to say you do really great work. You know your stuff. You have the right attitude. Can see you going far with this. Thank you very much. That's super nice of you. What a super chat, man. That and message to go along with it. Just to say that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I try. Yeah, like my back hates you though. So, I've done a bunch of windshields lately, and I don't know. I tweaked my back the other day, I guess, and it has not had a super big break, and it mostly seems like it's windshields, and so last night into this morning was kind of like, I can't walk very well. Sit down, stand up, that's where it really hurts. So, it was getting better though. And now it's kind of at the point where I think it's more okay today, which is good. I turned 33 and my back broke. Lol. Sad. So getting in and out of the car right now, it's not as bad as what I thought it was gonna be. You just gotta be careful. You know, I checked. We've been doing this for about 2 hours. Not too shabby. Little long. I just got my car tinted 2 hours ago. Okay, don't panic. Will the bubbles go away? No. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. So something that the shop should have told you is when your car is freshly tinted and it's been a couple hours, especially when the weather's a little warmer, as the water dries out, it like basically pulls together into small little water blisters, so you see a bunch of them. As long as they're not bright white on the outside, so you're just gonna see like little water blisters, they all dry out, they all go away, you'll be good to go. It can take 2 to 3 days. If you're in really hot weather, it'll be very quick. If you're in cooler weather, it can take upwards of like a full week, but this time of year, generally not. After it's dried out, if there's lots of little white specks, then those aren't gonna go away. But everything else sounds like you're fine. I should freak more people out if they come to ask that question. Just because, like, I always walk out with it, like, it's lazy. I always walk out with customers and I show them. I'm like, this is kind of what to expect over the next few days. So later in the afternoon, if this starts to look even more severe, don't panic. You're fine. It's just drying out. I've had people send me pictures like the next day and stuff like that. They're like, will this go away? And it's like, yeah, it's exactly what I explained to you. So I've seen so many salespeople, like, they don't even walk out to the car with a customer. It's just like, here's your keys, your windows are drying out, leave them up for a few days. Okay, thank you, bye. It's like, you should do a little bit more than that. And you know, those care instructions, they're in one ear, they're out the other. If they said anything at all. Yep, that's how it went. Been there too many times. God, I used to harp on salesmen so much. I was like, you lazy fuck, you can't even be bothered. Like, this makes me mad. Not being able to spend 2 minutes to walk out with somebody that's getting tint or that's just paid you for the job. Like, they didn't leave the counter, man. They're just like, you know, if a customer had an issue, they were calling us. They were calling us up front. They're like, hey, he has got a question about tint. I'm like, did you find out what it was? Well, no. I just figured I'd call you. What are you here for? What are you doing? They would do that over and over again. And then they would also, like, freak out with the customer on certain things. They'd be like, oh, that sounds really bad. We should get the tinter. Oh, my God. It's like that. That's not your job. Your sales, bro. Oh, there's so many bad shops out there. You get paid to look like you give a crap, so you can at least do that much. So, yeah, there was one time that they called us back. So I was about half an hour away. And we tinted this car earlier in the day. And it's like midsummer day. So it was reasonably hot out. It had been tinted for a few hours. And I've noticed that's like the peak point for somebody to like freak out. So most of the time, if you have your car tinted, you get it back within like half an hour or so. You're not really, it's whatever. It's when the film's been sitting for a few hours and you have like a lot of like little small water blisters, and then that's the first time that they see it. So the sales guy called us and it was like, man, you got to come redo this whole car like right now. And we're like, whoa, what happened? We just did it earlier. Like it seemed fine when we left. They're like, yeah, well, I don't know what happened. This is about the worst I've ever seen. I mean, there's little bubbles everywhere. And we're like, it was freshly tinted a few hours ago. And they're like, no, I've never seen it like this. So half an hour drive over there near the end of the day. Take a look at it. There's little water blisters all over it, and that's it. And we're like, yeah, it's drying. And he's like, really? That's drying? I've never seen that before. It's like, yeah, you lazy fuck. You've never walked out to look at a car. And it's the first time somebody's been able to drag you off the counter to go look at it. God, I was pissed. That's what they do. That's what they do. They just like to waste your time. All right, so we can pop this brake light back in. Easy peasy on this one. Some of these are really simple, and like there's a Lexus one, this one, they literally like, they've made this nice little housing. They just pop up. Super easy to take out, get out of the way, put back in. Subaru, thank you. That, like, I'd be okay getting past this brake light. But having that little extra room, much appreciated. If you could lower these corners a little bit, I'd appreciate it even more, though. All that hard work, and they just want you to redo it right away. Yeah. They, like, any kickback from a customer, they're like, they had no sympathy on that. And, like, I get it, you know, taking care of people or something like that. But just, like, learning the basics on, like, they would always have this panic with the customer. And it's like, you're not trying to fix the situation even. You're just, like, fueling a situation right now. Because a customer has never had that experience before, and now you're acting like you've never had that experience before either. And you've been working there how long? Whoa! Whoa! Cannon. Whoa! Chang Bang!
Chang Vang
Oh my
super
God!
chatted $50.
50.
Hey Matt,
Thanks for tinting my Camry.
Camry. Keep up the good
Holy
work.
shit!
Love the stream.
Damn!
Came
Keep
out
up the good
nice,
work.
couldn't
Love the
thank
stream.
you.
Came out nice. Couldn't thank you. Bro, you thanked me a lot when we did that. Oh, dude, it was fantastic having you here. Aw. God, I like have speechless here. Thank you so much for the 50. This is the Camry that we did ceramic on too. We did the full thing with the windshield and ceramic. So this is like on top of the work that we did. Dude, thank you so much. That's huge. That means a lot too, coming from like an actual client that we did work for. Like, it means a lot, bro. Thank you. Dude, that's huge. Sorry, I didn't think that this would actually do that. Like, like, we're starting to build up like a little bit of a local audience now with the stream. Like, we're actually like doing clients' vehicles, and then they'll watch the stream after, something like that. And then to have like a super chat like that, dude, thank you. That's awesome. That's killer. Aw. Super big one. Jesus. Is this mine? Please, I don't want to. Did I leave this? No, I didn't. Okay, that's his. I thought I might have dropped a receipt out of a pocket. That's not mine. You know, you've got ideas about how a thing's gonna go. And like, having the streams is really fun to like finally talk to you guys, and like we can kind of learn together as we go and help you guys out, and you guys here and there will help me out too with suggestions and stuff, and this is a lot of fun. And then, you know, I thought we might be able to eventually pull some clients off of it, and it's like, oh, cool. I don't know if they super care to see their cars get tinted, but I think I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I'd take my car there. And that's kind of the way I looked at it. And now it's like, damn, that's awesome. We're getting some people that are actually like a fan more than just watching their own cars. It's super cool. Do you have refreshments up front? No, I should. Only thing he serves is coffee. You know, my wife told me I got to bring the Keurig over here. So I just haven't put much work into the front at all. I thought I was setting up some arrangements to like maybe have it painted. It's everything up front's expensive, and I have so many expensive things that I want to do back here. So it's kind of like this in a weird way is like my showroom, where like for a lot of shops, like if you have the budget to spring for it, like more shops first will put money into up front, and then they'll just work in whatever in the back, because that's not where your clients are. But we do so much that's for the stream that's what my focus has always been first. So like I want to spend money on putting a bunch of cabinets along here and like really sprucing this area up. So I've kind of left the front alone. So, you know, but it's shops around back. We're kind of got a corner door. It's not exactly what I would call the most inviting looking of spaces. But when you see this, it's like, oh, okay, no, this is pretty good. It's just until you see it. But we're live with most of it, so I don't know. I gotta spend money on tools and everything else. This shop stuff's expensive. Very close to food. We got not a ton. There's a Tim Hortons at the like far corner. It's a little bit of a walk to get there. That's not too bad. And then we have like a little like Polish marketplace here. But it's way more industrial. Whoa! What the hell is going on today? We're just wrapping up Cannon. Oh, what the dang, with another 50. Can't wait for your class. Still waiting until you're ready to start one.
Your class. Still
That's gonna
waiting
cry.
until
He's
you're
gonna
ready
cry.
to start one.
That's so nice. Dang, dude. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Back to back. Holy shit. Yeah, man. I'll let you know. That's super cool. I didn't know you were even waiting for a class. That's awesome. Damn. I'm gonna train some local competition here. Dude, that's Dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So I got an email from a guy last night who is spraying coffee everywhere. So I got an email from a guy last night that's interested in taking over the Glass Shop account. So once I get that settled, I got to check to see if I got a response again. If I can fill that spot, or probably in like the next month. So I guess I'm going to have to kind of like figure out what we're going to do here, because I think we're going to be starting one soon enough. Because as soon as I get out of that shop, I want to put something in here that's going to kind of be sure to fill that time. And it's something that we've been planning for a while. So yeah, we'll do for sure. That's dang, dude. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the 50 again, for the 100 total. Good God. Junkyard parts? You know, I'll probably get rental cars. The way I look at it is I want this class, like, I think what would be more helpful is a handful of odd backglass demos and an actual, like a couple actual cars that you would be doing out in the field. And I want to set it up so it is like very much real world, because that's what you're going to be dealing with. So I want people to be on a very similar page as far as tools go. And I already want you to have at least a little bit of practice before you take the class. I go a little back and forth on that. So the best way to take a class is to already have practiced some before you go into a class. Because if you're jumping into like a 3-day class, there's not a whole lot of time to get you familiar with handling film and even installing anything. But if you've already kind of practiced on your own, it's much easier to get you up to speed. So there's a little, you get a lot more value if you can do that in advance. Like, this is kind of what's to be expected of the class. These are the tools that we're going to be using, recommended. If you have some of your own, that's fine. But this is kind of what you should be at least familiar with seeing me use. Dang. So it'll be good. It's kind of like the way the way I would treat. It'll be super fun. But the way I would look at it is like, let's say you're going to work here. What would be expected of that, and then we'll kind of go from there. So need to get you up to speed as quick as we can. Where's GME at today? Oh, I'm scared to look. Market closed about 45 minutes ago. Ooh, I had a bad day. It had a very, very bad day. Aww. Oh, my wife sent me this. This is, oh, my son is passed out. He's cute. Yeah, Jimmy had a very bad day. Looks like it fell 27% today. Oof. Yeah. Ooh. Low of 211. Don't worry. Just wait. We're still holding. Just wait. The story is not over yet. Just things happen. Alrighty. So with that, we are done with the Subaru. We have done 5% on the back. We've done 20 on the front. He's been waiting long enough at this point. So we are going to call out some super chats. We are going to end the stream here. So big shout out to Cheng for 2 $50 super chats. Goddamn, thank you so much. That's huge. And then Nueb with the 40. That's still very, very generous, both of you guys. And everybody else that super chatted too. Tropical. Cheng did the 5 earlier about the Doritos. Oh, damn, man. Thank you. LKB, and John. Thank you guys so much for all the super chats today. Helps a lot with everything that we do here. And everybody else that hung out, man, it's fun having you guys here. How old is your son now? He is 6 months. A little over 6 months now, which is like, they grow up fast. And they say they grow up fast, but when you see them grow up fast, it's like, whew. Online class, that's how people make real money. This I would consider to be the online class. And this I make available to everybody. So the in-person training is something different. I've thought a lot about doing an online class that you would charge for, but I don't know. I haven't really figured out how I would want to do it, and I think there's I don't know. I like doing these the way that I'm doing them, so. I don't have any plans for it in the foreseeable future yet. Maybe I'll come up with something. Need to make some more like basic videos though. So with that, thank you guys for hanging out. We have another stream coming to you. Today is Thursday, so Saturday. We probably have like a mid-afternoon appointment or early afternoon appointment. So stay tuned for that. And when they're little, you can't wait for walking, talking, then they do that and you want them to sit down and stop talking. He babbles so much right now. It's so cute though. He's just like, he'll sit there, but he'll act like a zombie. He'll be like, oh yeah, and then ah. He just makes me laugh a lot. He's funny. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out and watching. We'll be back Saturday sometime. Probably, like I said, probably about like 1:30, maybe earlier than that. But I will see you then. In the meantime, have a good couple of days, make some money, and I will catch you guys on Saturday. Goodbye. Goodbye.